So this is how you work out to make gains and actually enjoy it and be consistent at it. You have to train as minimal as possible in each session, but put almost near max intensity. This is how you do it. So you warm up with whatever movement you want to practice, let's say a pull-up. And then if you want to get really good at the pull-ups or just focus on stressing the muscles in that movement, well then on your first set of pull-ups, make it heavy enough where you can get at least 8 reps, where it's challenging on the first one. If you do not want it to be so easy in the first 5 reps where it only gets hard because of fatigue, like metabolic stress. You want it to actually be resistance difficulty. You want the challenge to be from resistance, not metabolic stress. That's what people don't get. So your first rep should really feel challenging, but you can manage it because you have energy. So by the 5th or 6th rep, it's now hard, and you really put some effort by the 6th to 8th rep, like you're almost near max. But you don't want a red line because it really takes away from your recovery. I know they say always train a failure man, but in sports, like in actual sports, when you actually want to progress in performance, you never ever want a red line. Even for muscle building, like you're gonna cause too much damage. And besides, every time you max out, guys, this is what they don't talk about. Don't even think about the bodybuilders with their PED use, because I'm about to go into that. Whenever you redline at a different intensity. Like if you redline on this machine, your 100% redline on this day is going to be like 120% on a different day. So your recovery time frame is never going to be the same. Some days you might really push it to your max, and it takes 10 days to recover. And on another day, it takes 5. Even though you're going to super compensate, you might not even super compensate because the damage is so severe that it only returns to baseline. Or you have to rest so much before you can actually train again. You just want to stimulate. Like by stimulate, you want to get to the point where you're stressing the body, but you're not like squishing your face, and you're not overly stressing your mind and your neck and your breathing. You just want to control the stress. That's how you want to do it. That's how we did it in track. We never did 400 repeats at 100%. We did it at maybe 90%, like a couple or like 3 or 4 seconds off of our PR or near it, because that was enough. That felt like race. That felt like a true race intensity. And during the race, you don't feel it because of all the adrenaline, but in the practice, it would feel the same intensity, same fatigue, same difficulty. But it's really not. You're performing under your max. Your performance in the gym should not feel like a competition, guys. It should feel like your max effort under a non-competition environment. Like if you know this if you've ever done track. I don't know if they ever do it in other sports. So the point is, you want to get to the point where it's difficult. Like you're putting effort, but you're not like putting effort to win a competition type of effort in each set, because this is training. This is not competition, man. And for the PED guys, they're gonna say train to failure every time. Well, of course, because they have a fixed variable. They have the hormones maxed out, the synthetic hormones that even if they train like ass or train like Dorian Yates, they're gonna make a crap ton of gains, and the difference is gonna be marginal. But for a natural, it's gonna be a big difference because your body has finite resources, and if you stimulate correctly and you recover correctly, you're gonna have the sufficient finite resources, in this case energy, hormone expenditure, to super compensate and advance. In other words, man, do the least as possible that gets you the results, and maximize the recovery, and you'll be good. And if you do that, you'll be able to train more frequently. So if you're a person that wants to train every other day or almost every day, okay, first of all, you're not going to train every day, because if you do it right, the muscle group that you train, it's going to be sore for like 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days. That's good. You did what you were supposed to do. Wait till the soreness gets over. But in the meantime, you can train other muscle groups. So let's say I train biceps and back. Like I really go hard on the curls in calisthenics or rows. That's on Monday, and the soreness goes away on Saturday or Sunday. Great. You have to wait 6 days before you train it again. Just let it recover. In the meantime, focus on press movements. Focus on something with your legs. And if you do it right, you really should only have 3 sessions a week. That's where the 3 to 4 sessions is optimal versus 6 days a week. And this type of training, guys, this is going to help you in 3 phases. Muscle contraction, like your actual strength. Myofibrillar hypertrophy, which is like how much contractive tissue you have, and you might get a little bit of sarcoplasm, maybe. I'm assuming you're gonna do the raw primal diet, so you're not gonna be a fluffed up bodybuilder. Honestly, you don't even need that. You just want to be lean, but have a lot of contractile tissue. So in order to do that, you gotta damage the muscle and just let it recover so it can be a stronger muscle. If you always do high reps and you go in frequently, at first you might get some myofibrillar hypertrophy because you're new to that stimulus, you're sore, so you're going to recover and be stronger. But if you do it too frequent, you're never going to allow your body to recover so you can exert really hard effort to cause damage again. You might be able to get better at the movement, get better in the CNS way of the movement, like practicing bench press. But I don't know if you could actually level up and apply more exertion in that movement, if that makes sense. Like you might be elite at, for example, 185. Your first time getting there, you're great. You make a lot of gains getting bench pressing 185. But if you do it too frequently, you might become an elite 185 bencher, but you plateau and you cannot get to like 240 and 250. You actually have to rest a lot more. Let the body supercompensate, regenerate, eat more food to get bigger and stronger, and then do another max effort. And it's gonna slowly, not necessarily max effort, but like I said, an effort where it feels like it's the max, but it's not your absolute max, not competition max. It's like in the training max. So you're not gonna leave dead from the training session. You're gonna feel like, man, I already feel sore. My muscles, I did what I had to do, but my face is not stressed. My CNS is not stressed. I didn't squinch my face the whole time. I controlled it. You gotta think like a track athlete. Watch track athletes train. They're never like scrunching up their face. Even though they run extremely fast in training, their faces are always relaxed because they understand if they stress their face, stress their neck, they're not gonna advance. They're not gonna be able to progress as fast. And if they're always doing that every time, they want to control how much damage they put on their bodies. And if they can control the amount of damage they put in their bodies, they can really set a schedule on how frequent they can train, how many sessions they can get in. You want to control that. You want to control the stress in your body so you can go in consistently, because that's the most important part, consistency. If you can go in every 5 days and you maintain that for a year, you're going to make way better gains than a guy who goes 3 times a week and then they got to take like a week and a half off and then they train another week and a half and then they go back to 3 days. Like, no, you want to like maintain that progression. Train, you're in a deficit, and by day 5, you're back at baseline, but a new baseline slightly higher. You train again, another 5 days, back at baseline. Your new baseline is slightly higher than the previous one. You do it again, and before you're like going like that. And honestly, this is so simple to understand, but it's hard. But the hardest part is getting the first few sessions in, creating the habit, and then in those training sessions, practice this way of training. So you always have a routine, but you enjoy it. You look forward to it. You're not dreading it. If you're dreading your training, you're doing it wrong. Training should be fun. You should be able to think about it. You should be able to like focus in and get ready to do the challenge. Stressing your body is not fun in general, but there's a way to do it where it can be. You can bring a friend, you can do a challenge, you can do activities, general strength training, like a rock climbing, running. You could mix it up every single way in a apply this principle where you're not stressing. Your training is not competition stress. It's not you're not trying to put the same level of intensity as a competition, guys. Get that through your head. A lot of these fools in the gym try to do that, and that's why they never come back. You want to get it to the point where you did enough and you know you're going to be sore the next day. Like, I remember I did a set of calf raises on the seated machine, and on the first one I was like, oh my gosh, I put a really hard ass effort. I did not feel it right away, but I knew in my mind, if I stop here and I just sleep and wake up tomorrow, I'm going to be sore. And it was going to take me a couple days to recover, but I've made gains. I did the least amount of possible, and I made gains. But I made the mistake where I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do like 2 more sets where it's just strength-based, like 3 reps, 4 reps. Ultimately did way more, and then I was sore for like 9 days. I did the training correctly where I created a stimulus where it caused damage. I didn't stress my CNS. I wasn't like squinching my face, but I overdid it in a way, and I had to wait longer before I could train this muscle group again. Ideally, you want to have it sore, but where it's not impeding you tremendously. Ideal soreness, to be honest, is like if it lasts you a day or 2 and you recover and you feel great. Like, once the soreness is gone, it doesn't mean you're actually back at baseline. It means the soreness is gone, but maybe your central nervous system is not back to where it is. You just want it to, like, you want to feel good. You want to feel refreshed in that movement. Now, if you want to push it and you want to have more frequent training, then at least train on the day when the soreness is gone. Just do that. So if it's 5 days till the soreness is gone, train on that day when the soreness is completely gone. That means you're back at baseline. But I always like to wait 1 day more to see if I feel significantly different. If I do, that means I did the correct thing. But if I don't feel much better, I'm like, okay, that means I could have trained yesterday. Okay? So do that. Train it to get sore. Don't do too many reps. If you have to do a lot of reps to get sore, okay. But ideally, you can really do one intense effort. Like after you warm up and you're refreshed, you're rested, where you can put near your maximal output, or you can put your maximal output, but you're not going to. You're gonna just go under it. You're gonna do the set. You're gonna go near the failure. Control where your face is controlled, man. Whatever that movement is. If you have to take rest in between the reps, it doesn't have to be continuous. Take a few seconds break, do the next rep. But if the next rep is so exhausting, so stressful, where you're like doing crazy stuff to complete it, and your face is getting squinched up, you're like holding your breath because it's like you're taking a dump, you're doing too much. At that point, you're done. Because then you're going into competition level of damage. You're overstressing, you're demanding your body to secrete so much adrenaline, so much CNS fatigue, that at that point it makes it different. You're not going to get better. You're actually going to get worse, because you're already in the level where you did the work to create a stimulus for change. But now you're going to go into competition stress where, man, now you're really messing yourself up. You're going to need a long time to really recover and be able to PR. That's why some track athletes like Sydney McLaughlin does this so well. She races a few times a year, but whenever she races, she really puts max effort or near max effort. Like, that's why she wins all the time, because she does this principle where if she goes max effort in races, guys, she waits like a month or 2 before she races again. She probably rests a week at least, takes it easy, just does light drills to keep the shape, but nothing stressful. And by week 2, she probably starts training hard again. But for athletes that race every week, there's only so much you can do to recover and PB the next week. Like, that's why in professional track, like, it's really rare to see runners or sprinters run like back-to-back weeks or 4 weeks in a row. They always do a race here, they wait 6 weeks or 4 weeks or 2 weeks, and then they race there. And if they race back-to-back, it's because they're doing different events. It requires different demands. But even then, it's still the same principles. If they put a max effort on the 100 one day, their max effort in the 200 is going to be affected. So learn from the track athletes. That's how you should train. And just apply to your weightlifting or calisthenics. But that's all, guys. Thanks for watching.